all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Welcome back to the KD51 YouTube channel. We're here at Laguna Seca for the 5th round of the Moto America Championship. Super excited to get on track here in a minute. Should be a good session. I love this track, beautiful weather, and just looking to have some fun.
Start that first track.
Is it hard?
Getting that feeling of going over the water.
We are out here for qualifying 2. He's currently sitting 3rd, but we'll see what happens this session and what the final qualifying spots will be. Alright, so Kaleb was running like 6th, 7th all qualifying, and then he bumped up to 3rd, and then on the last lap he got dropped to 5th. So he's gonna be pissed about that because the last thing I showed him was P3. So yeah, now I have to go tell him that he ended 5th.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is, though. I gave it everything I had, and we're still just trying to figure out a couple things with the bike, so hopefully we can go back, sit down, and debrief a little bit just to get this thing handling a little bit better today, and we're definitely getting it sorted step by step. It's just, you know, there's not a whole lot of time to make it do with what we got, and we're trying to figure out that magic setup for the race.
You were magic a couple of years ago. It was a big fact. It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, thank you guys.
So how are you making the bike so much better right now?
Because I'm killing all my drive on the straightaway.
And you can't squirt out of it.
With this.
And that pushes you. You said you don't have that problem with pushing you. No, the first gear sucks.
You go pretty fast. I'd say you go maybe like
Awesome, buddy.
welcome everybody to Moto America Superbikes at Monterey. It's our final race of the day. Those watching on Facebook Live, welcome to a beautiful facility at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca in Monterey, California. The Twins Cup are coming up. Their one and only race here at Laguna Seca. Looking at that starting grid, you see a very determined Kaleb DeCarroll. He's going to be starting from that second row in fifth. He's got his beautiful girlfriend, an umbrella girl, holding the shade over him. Is he going to have issues or not? We might not even find out until after the race is over. Looked like a lot of wheeling by Hayden Schultz as he had to cross the track.
But also a good start out of Mazziato.
And I think Jackson Blackman, too. Is that Blackman up into there about fifth?
Problem for Chris Parrish. He had his hand in the air. Liam McDonald went around the outside as we have the 6 riders now coming in towards the corkscrew and a lunge on the inside. A beautiful move there from the Robum Engineering Aprilia. They change places as they come down under the bridge and into Rainy Curve. I said before this race started it would be a 14-wheeler. That's 7 bikes. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 bikes. I might put the Lotto on tonight, boys.
Yeah, it was a strong run by Hayden Schultz there, getting by what I believe was Jody Berry. Yes, Jody Berry. So now you have 2 Robum Engineering bikes and Kaleb DeCarroll out in front of his teammate Hayden Schultz, Jody Berry. You see Anthony Mazziato, the 518 or 516 just behind Jackson Blackman. I mean, it's a good start for Blackman, too. I mean, as long as he can stay there and keep that pack, that's what you want out of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's right there. He's in the race.
Whoa!
Oh, mistake out of Hayden Schultz in the turn 2.
That was a hell of a save. He could have got chucked off that bike just as easily.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see. I expected this race to be a little bit closer, and it seems as though Kaleb DeCarroll's strategy is to try to break them at the front. And I did speak to Kaleb after the ridge. What he doesn't want to get involved in is a 5 or 6 rider fight where he could get shuffled back in the pack to maybe start the last couple of laps in 5th or 6th position. That will be very, very difficult, especially around this circuit, to fight for the victory. So it looks as though Kaleb DeCarroll's plan is get a good start, lead from the front, and try to break the group. And at the moment, the only rider that's seemingly able to go with him is fellow Aprilia rider on the Righteous Racing Machine, Jody Barry. So this could be a good strategy from DeCarroll and a really good response from Jody Barry. The top 2 now are easing away.
Also with the lap times as well, it's not as fast as they went in qualifying.
Yeah, it helps Kaleb, doesn't it? No.
They were into the 31s then. That's another reason why I thought this group would be a little bigger. But Jody Barry's looking real strong right now. He's always kind of looks like he's trying to, make a pass every corner, looking around. And also we've seen it out of Kaleb so many races where he might not qualify that well or be that fast in practice, but when the race comes, he can always figure it out. And also that lap, Kaleb, the only guy in the 31s with the fastest lap of the race, but you can tell this group, it looks like it's starting to kind of bunch up a little bit.
And is that Toby Komsuk in 5th now as well? You've got all 3 Robum Engineering guys inside that top 5. So again, it's a brand new team in the Twins, a brand new bike with the Aprilias, but these guys are starting to figure it out. Jody Berry in there tight, and remember it was Berry that was constantly up there near the front all season long, and taking a victory back at Virginia International Raceway. Berry can win one here. Mazziato looking for a win in the Twins Cup. He finished 2nd in the last race to Jackson Blackman, who sits 4th. The blue and pink bike, a little bit of a buck there from Berry. Mazziato's starting to put it out now. With 2 laps to go, he knows it's now or never.
He made a little bit of a mistake in the 2 and ran wide, but you can see how hard he's pushing now. He sees that Kaleb knows there's only 2 laps to go, and he's going to try to break this pack.
These are 2 riders that did ride Super Sport before. They haven't always lived in the Twins range. They've been on faster bikes, and they are both excellent riders. This is going to get good all the way to the very end, and Berry may be able to capitalize on them actually battling with each other so hard.
And also I see a couple lappers in front of these guys too, so that could come into play as well.
Watch out for the guys in front when there are lappers. They've been doing very well here, showing the blue flag, signifying, hey, there's a race going on and you're not in it. And the best place to catch them's on that front row. But watch them coming into the corkscrew. Look how close Jody Berry is. Look at Anthony Mazziato. But it's Kaleb DeCarroll going down one more time. Only about a lap and a quarter left. And diving to the insides, Mazziato. It's going to give Berry a good run going down the hill. But it's still DeCarroll leading this thing. Kaleb DeCarroll, the 51. On the Robum Engineering Aprilia, being followed by Anthony Mazziato on the Veloci Racing Aprilia. Another Aprilia, the Righteous Racing entry. There's that blue flag waving, but also a white And that doesn't mean surrender. That means you've got one more lap to go, and a great opportunity right there for Kaleb. It was a perfect spot to catch him.
Perfect spot for that lapper, but also there's a group of 2 in front of these guys too, and I think they're going to catch them before the end of the lap.
And that just doesn't make it an individual. That makes it a wall. They've really got to be paying attention. Remember, these guys are racing for their lives too. They're coming to Laguna Seca wanting to finish inside that top 15 and take home a point in Moto America Championship. And it is going to be a wall. Look at what's in front of them, and it's going to get into some of the tighter spots.
Yeah, this next turn 5, that run up to 6, and it's going to be a tight one.
And being the first guy too, you really have to pick your places. And right there, running all the way to the outside, this could be important. Mazziato's going to get a good run on the inside, but look at DeCarroll. He swings around that outside, keeps on the gas, gave him just enough room. He used all of that exit.
And the one who got the raw end of that deal was Jody Berry. He didn't make it past those guys.
You see the inward lane. We're on the last lap going through the corkscrew. Where's it going to happen, Roger? If Mazziato, he's putting the pressure on.
Kaleb enters this corner wide, and Mazziato's a little lower. I was thinking if he was a little closer, he could have maybe snuck up the inside there.
Turn 11 is going to be at the left-hander. Look, more lappers just in front, working through. Jackson Blackman back in third, going through. What's going to happen? Look at the 2 lappers just in front, going underneath, going to try and drive out. Mazziato's going to get an excellent run, but look, also a little bit of a draft for Kaleb DeCarroll. That's going to help pull him to the finish line, right to the end. Kaleb DeCarroll takes the victory. That's his 3rd win on the year, extends his points lead. It's going to be Anthony Mazziato in 2nd, Berry in 3rd, Blackman, Comstock, Parrish rounding out the top 6. Fist bumps all around. Anthony Mazziato said, bro, I gave it everything I had. That was a good run right there. Jackson Blackman looking over. There's a man 2nd in championship points, trying to give him congratulations. Jody Berry knows that those lappers might have cost him an opportunity, maybe not even for the win, but a chance to get 2nd.
Definitely would have been closer, and would have got a run up on the to the corkscrew on those guys. But sometimes that's just the way it plays out.
Looks like Mazziato still got some wheelie skills too on his Aprilia. The RS660, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Aprilia loving this. I believe the Aprilia representatives were here this weekend too, so they get one race and they get a full sweep. That's got to be special as a manufacturer for them.
And not only that, it's 3 different teams as well. It's not like it's one team that's come in and on one bike. It's one brand, but 3 different teams.
First Yamaha, Jackson Blackman in 4th. First Suzuki is Chris Parrish in 6th. Teague Hobbs in 8th. Behind Hayden Schultz, Liam McDonald, another top 10 in 9th, and a top 10 for Darren James on his Yamaha. Corey Hart finishing 11th, and the best lap of the race was his last lap of the race, and you always love that as a racer. That shows that you're pushing till the very end, Roger.
Look at Kaleb DeCarroll's last lap. That was his fastest lap of the weekend, and Anthony Mazziato's last lap was the fastest lap of the race. So those guys were pushing all the way to the end.
We take a look at the final results at Laguna Seca for the Twins Cup, brought to you by Geico Motorcycle Insurance. Took 20 minutes for this race, but Kaleb DeCarroll proved he had the fastest Aprilia of the bunch. Mazziato, Berry, still a tight points battle, but the first rider to take 3 wins this year is Kaleb DeCarroll. I believe he's a barber in his full-time duties back home. Well, Robin Engineering taking their 3rd victory of the season on their Aprilia, and Mike Coppolis probably watching from at home or wherever he is going, that's my boy. I told you, 1-833 CJ knows. He knows how to pick winners, and the winner today is Kaleb DeCarroll.